Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to episode 15 of my Clean With Me series, where you'll get to see the entire detail from my perspective. Now, today's vehicle is the 2008 Pontiac G5 that you guys saw on the main channel a little while back, and this thing is an absolute mess, so let's have a look at the vehicle. Alright guys, well, you can probably tell the outside of this car is already cleaned up. This is going to be an interior only Clean With Me, so I'm going to grab the GoPro and let's get started. Okay, so kicking things off on this apocalyptic detail today, and with the seats already out of here, I'll start by dismantling this entire center console. And having done a few of these Pontiacs before, I'm pretty familiar with how everything comes apart, but I will note that I always disconnect the battery before removing seats or unplugging anything electrical on a vehicle, so that way I don't run into any issues with the airbags or the vehicle throwing a code. Now, just in case you haven't seen the main channel video of this car yet to see all the crazy things I pulled out of it, here's a few shots of the more memorable items. And with everything removed now, I can get started on vacuuming. And in the back here where all the snow and ice was, I just grabbed a screwdriver I had laying around and scraped what I could off the carpet. But as you can see, there's a bunch of broken glass mixed in with it. So obviously at one point this winter, the passenger window was broken and it snowed inside the vehicle. So that's likely not something I'm gonna see again. So pulling one more interesting item out of here, and I figured this was a good time to give you some background on the vehicle. So when the owner dropped it off, she was telling me that she recently bought this car dirt cheap for $400, but also that it's her first car, so she brought it to me to hopefully undo everything you saw in the opening shots. and make sure you guys stick around until the end of the video to see how incredible the car looks when I'm done. Now, I wasn't able to get the owner's reaction as she was a little bit camera shy, but I can tell you she was absolutely thrilled with the results. Now, not something I showed in the main channel video, but this trunk liner here was absolutely disgusting, which really isn't a surprise considering what the rest of the car looked like. So with it out of the vehicle, I can get it vacuumed up quick, and then we'll put it aside for a bit until I finished extracting the carpets and seats. All right, it's finally time to get to work on these dirty seats and carpets. So I'll grab my pump sprayer, fill it up with hot water, and then add some of my lightning fast carpet solution to it, making about a 20-to-1 dilution. And because these seats are so bad, I'm going to be using my medium green drill brush exclusively today, as I know I'll need the extra agitation these offer. And if you guys are wondering where you can find these drill brushes or the soft white ones, well, they're available on my website at detailgeekautocare.com, where worldwide shipping is available, so feel free to give those a look. And making the first few passes with the extractor now, and it's sure nice to see all that dirt get sucked out. Although being a perfectionist, I wasn't quite happy with the results yet, so I will go ahead and repeat the entire process, and then for any lingering spots, I'll hit them with the steamer a little bit later on. Alright, so with the carpets and seats finished now, I'll turn my attention back to the trunk liner, and because this is made of a really thin and cheap carpet material, the best way to get this clean is with the pressure washer. So after spraying on some solution and hitting it with the drill brush, I'll blast it with the pressure washer, and when I do, well, just be glad that you don't have to smell what comes out, because it was pretty horrendous. Okay, now moving to cleaning all the trim and console pieces I removed earlier, and it might be a good thing here that you can't quite see the sludge that the steamer is creating because it's pretty gross, and honestly I couldn't even begin to guess what that grime is, but with the steamer being so good at blasting it away, I don't have to think about it for very long before being able to rinse it off and wipe it dry. Alright, now that everything is clean, I can get the interior put back together, and I'm sure there's a few of you out there who are curious if I've ever had trouble getting things put back together or if I've lost a screw. And I can say that I've never lost screws from an interior, although I did lose a set of license plate screws on a customer vehicle one time. Still haven't found them. But as far as getting stuff put back in a vehicle, yes, it's definitely been a struggle a time or two where some pieces just don't want to go back together. Although, like I said earlier, I know these G5s pretty well, so it wasn't an issue in this case. Alright, with 303 applied to the interior, I'll move back outside and get some sealant applied to this paint to boost the depth and gloss and keep it protected for about 6 months. Okay, with all the glass clean and streak free now, I'll move on to the last step, and that's dressing the tires with some Car-Pro Pearl diluted about 2 to 1. And the nice thing about Pearl is that it's water-based and it won't sling all over the paint when the owner drives away. All right guys, and 13 hours later, and the G5 looks absolutely incredible. It's been rescued from the brink of disaster. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, enjoy the guitar outro, and I'll see you guys in the next one.